G'day everyone, Derek here, Digital IQ, and today we want to have a chat about a case study, my mate Ron, a love of goats. Ron is an amazing character with an amazing life story and a passion for goats. A successful businessman, entrepreneur, he's travelled the world, developed international trade, and has even built a couple of his own fishing vessels. Ron is an incredibly tenacious gentleman and continues to pursue new business ideas, including his passion for goats. Ron dreams of starting a small goat enterprise. Ron is extremely determined. He's actually 88 years of age and continues to pursue opportunities connected to his beloved goats. How passionate? Well, very passionate. Ron has been regularly driving over 1,000 kilometres to meet up with potential partners, including government representatives, to discuss support for his goat enterprise dream. We even found out Ron recently drove a 3,000 kilometre round trip to meet with potential partners out in the Cobar area to talk all about goats. And over the phone, I have to tell you, Ron has the voice of radio. He's a very clever entrepreneur and he's good at securing meetings. When we kind of worked out how much travelling Ron was doing, we actually took the time to get on the road and get out and have a bit of a meeting with Ron. We offered to shout him a coffee, save him a drive, and talk about his needs, story, and well, as it turns out, a real passion for goats. Over at coffee, it was good getting to meet Ron and have a bit of a chat. He shared that we were actually the first people he felt had genuinely listened to him. What he wanted to do, his life story, and of course his love of goats. Confidentially, during the meeting, Ron got a little bit upset. I don't think it was because we didn't bring a goat though. I think it was more to do that we were actually taking the time to have a chat. Basically, Ron wants to start a small goat enterprise. But more important is to understand why. Ron wants to maintain his independence and provide for his household. Ron basically wasn't being heard. He's clearly very passionate about his goats, but he was not necessarily connecting with the right people. Ways to share his ideas, ambitions. Particularly, Ron was unaware as to how technology could assist connect with potential partners and share his passion for goats. There at the bottom left you can see a meeting. Lovely to catch a picture with Ron. At Digital IQ, we're all about empowering regional opportunities, inspiring digital futures. Our values were about trust, respect, understanding, leadership and energy. It's about people, community, connecting people to history, friendships and fun. Looking at Ron's story and this in a context, it took some time to listen to Ron's story, which is full of incredible adventures. Taking time to listen builds trust. And ultimately, Ron provided me more about his life's journey. It turns out, Ron is also an Australian Army veteran, a member of the RSL. From our perspective, Ron deserves respect for his service to our country. Through mutual respect, we shared a bit of history about each other, experiences, and just having a good old yarn. With a deep understanding of what is of interest to Ron, we aim to gently provide subtle leadership, suggesting technologies that could be of assistance to Ron to help him pursue his goat dream. Ron wants to maintain his independence for himself, and it turns out Ron as well has a beautiful wife. With an injection of social energy, patience, and a focus upon achievable steps and aiming to make good things happen, a plan was agreed to bring positive change into Ron's life via digital technology. I remember distinctly at the time I asked Ron, when we first started catching up to talk about tech, he was a little bit worried. But I said to Ron, I asked him a question. Ron, how do you eat an elephant, Ron? He didn't know, but the answer is one bite at a time. The first bite for Ron took the time to participate in a community engagement workshop. He made the effort to come along and have a bit of a listen to what was available via the Be Connected initiative. We talked technology, support available. The workshop, coincidentally, provided an opportunity for Ron to connect with new friends, share his story, and passionately his goat dream. Interestingly, I remember at the time, Ron actually stole the show as he shared his passion, well, for goats. The next bite of the elephant was talking about online support. We introduced Ron to the Be Connected website. We particularly focused on some of the great learning materials available online, connecting to others, getting set up for video calling, how to use things like Zoom. Learning this technology could be a benefit to Ron so that he could more easily connect with potential partners and supporters. Telling his story, a little bit about who he is, what he does, and importantly, why he does it. It was also suggested that the internet could be used to research goats, by the way. Ron was not quite ready, it turns out, to access websites without some more tailored support. Which brings us to the next bite of the elephant. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. And we were determined to support Ron. Ron only had a very basic smartphone. So we proposed to help Ron via a series of phone calls and meetups, catching up over coffees, towards developing some basic digital skills. We met predominantly via phone, many times at the beginning of his journey actually. Ron was committed to learning new approaches and pursuing new opportunities. And over many phone calls, slowly, we started to make progress. Then another bite of the elephant came along. Tablet devices. The key missing piece of the pie was Ron did not have access to modern video-ready technologies. Thanks to the Digital Devices Project, Ron was provided access to a digital device, specifically a tablet. Free to use, no risk, that importantly included internet access to empower video. Digital IQ representatives again travelled to meet with Ron over a cup of coffees and half a day. We worked through some steps that Ron could take to be connected via the tablet. We did this in a step-by-step way. Step 1, turn on the device. Step 2, start up video connection. Step 3, share stories and information via video. And of course, step 4, and for motivation, how to research, well, goats. Another bite of the elephant, and it was time to go to the Digital IQ gym. Ron committed to a regimented Digital IQ gym schedule, is the way I like to call it. Over a few days, then weeks to months, we worked together towards hitting agreed goals. Ron committed to the schedule, we committed to Ron. If Ron can do it, everyone can do it. And that's the approach we took. After lots of focused work commitment, and I've got to tell you, a very exciting day. I'll never forget it. The moment finally arrived, and this moment was bigger than landing on the moon, the Mars rover, royal weddings, all of that stuff. This was huge. After lots of effort, Ron could see through the digital device. Boom. Interestingly, I remember this distinctly because fortunately he had his headlamp on so that he could see us on the other end of the tablet. I've got to tell you, a new window had been opened for Ron. Over the time as well, Ron has started to share some of the stories and histories of his life's journey during service, family, the bits and bobs that really matter. And this is where the story takes a bit of a turn because during a meetup with Ron, he felt that he'd like to now help his mates. It turns out Ron has many mates at the local RSL and he went to talk to his local club about helping others to connect. He also went the extra yard and went to meet with a local men's shed towards providing a way or providing some information as to how he could be helping others connect. And that was pretty amazing for me. You see, Ron is now trained to be a digital mentor himself so that he can help others connect. And I've got to tell you, at 88, he's the most senior digital mentor that we have as part of the team in training. And good on you, Ron. Turns out, helping others in this space could be useful, as there are many ex-servicemen like Ron. In fact, from what I can tell looking at some data, Ron and I, there's over 100,000 people that are over the age of 50. Like many government services, things are moving online. For example, my service. So we're continuing to work with Ron and Ron is continuing to work with us, and we're interested in developing ways to help other mates in this space. To To conclude, it's been a real honour and a privilege to help my mate Ron. It'd be great to help others, particularly ex-service personnel, connect via technologies, and gosh, hopefully one day soon, Ron may even start a YouTube goat channel. So this is not the end, it's just the beginning. If you know someone else in your local community that could benefit from a little bit of helping hand to get connected via technologies, to share their stories, to connect with family and friends, or to pursue a dream like Ron, get in touch. Thanks for your time.